Backstory first, because context matters. My ex-wife and I were together 11 years, married 8, 2 kids. Things weren't perfect, but we did the usual mid-30s juggle. Jobs, daycare, chores. The guy she cheated with was a vendor she worked with. Late 50s, divorced twice, knows everyone in the industry type. He started as a resource for her team and turned into her mentor, then her work bestie, then the dude she hid in her favorites so his calls didn't show in the main list. You know the slope. The shift was gradual and, like most people say, obvious in hindsight. New gym membership for stress. Fresh nails every week because it makes me feel put together. A work happy hour becomes 2, then 3 a week. D-Day happened because of a phone bill. We're on a family plan. I'd never looked at the detailed call logs before. I opened them to figure out why the bill spiked and saw it. 1,700 texts in a month to one number I didn't recognize, plus a pattern of 60 to 90-minute calls starting after the kids went to bed. I plugged the number into Google. His name popped up with his company listing. My stomach hit the floor. I did the cliché thing, waited until she was in the shower, opened her iPad, same Apple ID, and watched their thread rebuild out of the cloud. I got the greatest hits of affair scripts. You make me feel alive. We're soulmates in a different timeline. I wish we could be public, but not yet. And pics in one video of them keeping their heads together. I printed 4 pages. When she came out, I asked, "Who is his first name?" She blinked, said he was a vendor. I flipped the pages. She sat down and looked like she'd been drained. In the span of 20 minutes, the story went from nothing to everything. If you've lived this, you know the pattern. I told her I wanted a separation and she should go stay with her parents for a while. In the following week, she wanted counseling to see if there's anything to save. I went to one session. The therapist started with, "We don't need details," and I was done. I'm not built to rug sweep. She moved out within a month. AP became public in her life within 2 months, not on Facebook at first, more like him popping up in a corner of a photo or leaving comments with hard eyes. The kids met mom's friend by the end of that summer. I learned more through the grapevine as time passed. He didn't want to continue the relationship. She manufactured a Thanksgiving moment with gratitude speeches and a ring she bought herself. The caption she posted after was one of those stealth pics. Hand with a ring on a coffee cup, no faces. Blessed in lowercase with a sparkle emoji. She told mutual friends he'd marry her once his kid finishes college, which was 5 years away then. Still 4 years away now because the deadline keeps scooting forward with a new excuse. My kids never mention anything fun at their place. No trips, no new hobbies, nothing fun. He dangles stability, she supplies theatrics. He lends her credibility with dinners. She gives him 20 years back via filters, and we're building something big energy on Facebook. They aren't a team so much as a joint venture with incompatible exit strategies. He's protecting cash flow and keeping doors open for the next young hot thing. She's protecting the narrative that blowing up our life was the first step in a glow-up, and not the dead end she ended up at. That self-bought ring is the perfect metaphor. It's expensive enough to photograph, not valuable enough to insure, always angled toward the camera. Every time I think I'm being petty for noticing, something else confirms it. The postponed dates, the next quarter wedding promise that never comes. Maybe it works for them, not my circus. But if you ask me whether APS ever turn into partners, sure sometimes. But in this case, I know he already got one foot out the door. Everybody sees it, except her. As for me, I'm dating again. I met my girlfriend about 18 months after D-Day. Just a decent human with a day job and a habit of putting her phone face up on the table because she doesn't have anything to hide. We take normal photos with both our faces in them. We've been together roughly a year and a half now. We did the Caribbean twice in the past 12 months. Sand, snorkeling, early nights, sunscreen that actually gets reapplied. Vacation number 4 this year was a family trip where my kids got sunburned noses and learned how to bodyboard. I'm not in a hurry to resettle. The difference now is the foundation. No triangles, no secret chats labeled work, no promises that start with after X happens. If we celebrate something bigger down the line, we'll do it clean. If we don't, I'm still okay. The guilt I carried for breaking the family evaporated when I realized I didn't break anything. She did, and I stopped pretending the cracks were character. Story 2. Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay for my girlfriend's birthday dinner? So it was my girlfriend's birthday last week, and she decided to have a birthday dinner over the weekend and invited her friends and some family that lived nearby. It was a good time, and we all thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. At the end of the night, it came time to pay the bill, and everyone just started to pack up and leave. I thought they forgot about the bill, so I called them all back, but my girlfriend said that I should let them go. So I stupidly thought she had saved up to pay the bill. But no, she expected me to pay it. She said that I easily make more than anyone there, and I should just cover it as a birthday gift. She said this like it was a small bill. The bill, translating to USD, was $550. Obviously a lot of money. This is so much money, most of the cost was alcohol, which I had one glass of wine because I still had to drive. So I said no, paid for my share and my girlfriend and the tip and left. That really soured my mood. When we got back to my place, my girlfriend was a bit tipsy and wanted to stay up, but I just said I was tired and went to bed. I avoided her on Sunday, and I woke up early before her to go to the office today and have just been ignoring her messages. Some of our friends are saying I shouldn't be mad because it's not even that much for me because I make, translated to USD, a six-figure salary. I still don't think it was fair to spring that on me, though. The thing is, I wouldn't have had a problem had she just asked, but the fact that she made it a surprise just irked me. I'm thinking that perhaps I'm too caught up on the principle of the issue rather than the actions themselves. Edit. I didn't let the other guests leave before paying. Not the a-hole. You're her boyfriend, not her personal ATM. If she wanted you to foot the entire bill, she should have talked to you about it before springing a $550 surprise. Expecting you to read her mind and then guilt-tripping you with, "You make more money," is really low. You paid for yourself, her, and even tipped, so that's generous already. The fact that most of the bill was alcohol you didn't even drink makes her expectations even more ridiculous. She planned the dinner, invited everyone, and then just assumed you'd pick up the tab without warning, and your friends using your salary as a reason to justify it? Wild. Being generous is your choice, not their right. Now some comments, not the a-hole. A low six-figure salary isn't that much in this day and age, and $550 for a dinner is a ton of money no matter how much you make. It sounds like you need to find yourself a set of friends who don't view you as a goldmine just because you happen to have a good job. If they want to live paycheck to paycheck, that's on them. You shouldn't be blowing all your money on your girlfriend, her family, and your friends. You should be saving up for a house for the sake of your future family, which may or may not include this girl. Based on this latest interaction, I advise you to go with the not option. Everyone sucks here. Her obviously for assuming you would just cover a $550 bill, and you for handling this by just avoiding her. Use your big boy words and communicate. "Hey babe, I didn't like that you assumed that I would cover such an expensive bill for everyone. It is not about the amount but about respecting me. If this happens again, I will have to reevaluate our relationship because I felt it was disrespectful. You're the a-hole with a broke mentality despite earning whopping six-figure salary? It was your girlfriend's birthday and, yeah, maybe she should have told you before, but it seems like she liked your friends. Thought you could afford it because real men who love their significant other pay for shit. No, but you just embarrassed her on her special day and have the nerve to keep acting upset, lol. Incels and broke men defending you in the replies might boost your ego, but your GF will probably see you differently and hopefully leaves.